This result means that Nuno is a 6-time champion of the world.
That's your champion, ladies and gents, boys and girls. The boy from Hungary is your champion today. Nancy, take a bow.
Fernandi and Nuno side by side, but for the first time in his career, Figo wins the Irish Grand Prix.
Last race was cursed, but today was blessed. Shajiti crosses the line to win the Estonian Grand Prix. Hello everyone, welcome back to Ultimate League yet again as we find ourselves in for the penultimate round of season 21. So today's track is going to be none other than Niagara Falls. It is the first time that we are racing on this track, which was made by Animated, and you can definitely see that with how amazing the decoration looks with the waterfalls and all of that. Either way, this was a track where we saw that crazy title fight between the Animator himself and Gamer15, who in the end ended up becoming a first-time world champion that day. And then we got also a very crazy race back in season 13 where Marin Frias ended up winning it in the end against Hernandi. So today, with a potential chance of rain, we could definitely see another crazy race as well. So let's pray that that's actually going to happen. As you can see, it is a track that does have a lot of corners quite close to each other, as probably the best place to overtake is gotta be that first braking point, which one could say it is turn number 3. It has a bit of a big run that you can have towards the end of the track, and then down to that first braking point. And so yeah, precision, that's gonna be probably the key skill that the drivers will have to need, because yeah, being consistent here is probably gonna be a little bit tricky, although there's been some mixed opinions about this track. Some may think it's not really all that special, especially the ones who come from mobile, who have raced this track quite a few times, but other people could probably not really say the same. So either way, we had a little look into the standings, and as you can see, the top 2 positions are pretty much secured. Figueira has already become a 3-time world champion, and Flix should pretty much secure that second place mathematically today. And as we see here, we got a big battle for that third place between Sharjiti, Hernani and Kubo. Membergot could potentially still be in the top 5 battle, but he's looking to miss today's race, so he's going to be out of that fight in the end. In the meantime, in the constructors, one time was already secured the title 2 rounds ago, and then you got LSA also trying to secure that second place today, with then the other 3 teams, SGP, RMC and STP, looking to fight for that top 3. And yeah, the main thing here is that Starhook today is going to be a little bit on the back foot, as both main drivers and the reserve are going to be missing, so they're going to have to rely on the emergency reserves for today's race. So that's definitely going to shake up things there on that fight. So without any further ado, let's then get ourselves into the qualifying, which is about to start. Okay, so qualifying is about to start. And as you see here, this qualifying session can definitely be a very crucial one. As I have already said, it is a little bit tricky to overtake, especially with these lower slipstream settings. And I would say that first braking point that we saw there is probably where it might be a little bit easier to overtake, because we have not exactly a full straight, but there's a few corners in between that are just really easily made flat out. But as you see then here, the drivers are about to already finish their first qualifying lap on what should be, I think, the smallest circuit of this season, as we got 10 Flix in provisional pole, with Hernandi getting second. As right now I'm seeing Lexus, who's actually filling in for SGP today. We also got Glow filling in for the same team. As we see Yola then also racing for Mayhem, Fedefon in Lynx Racing, and there's probably more, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, MW44 is also another one. But now as we see the drivers that now finish their second lap, now Flix still stays at the front field, is in second. And then you got Nani there in third, followed then by Fedefon tied with Ozzy there. As you see Glow just making a huge mistake, but now it is the final lap of qualifying. As we got Hernandi up there with Flix. Could Hernandi be on a good lap here, or was it Flix who messed it up here? As we see now, they crossed the line, and it is Hernandi who's gonna take pole position here today. So, amazing lap there from Hernandi right at the end. He takes pole position once again, as we got Flix then in second place, followed by Figueira. Then you got Shark GT there in P4. Then we got F1 with his probably best starts to a race here, as he gets himself tied with Ozzy for the P5. Then you got Matimar followed by Glow. Then you see MW44 followed by Kubo there, who closes the top 10. And then you got Yoa also tied with Kubo, so I don't know exactly who's going to be starting ahead. And then you got F1 Fan followed by Johnny Fu, and then Lexus. And then you got this freeway tie here between Albono, Gironi and Corvid. And then you see Vituco with really bad qualifying. He's going to be starting from the back. So interesting stuff going on here this qualifying. It's a very small lap, so everyone is within a second pretty much, and so it should be a very interesting races. There are some chances of rain here in Niagara Falls, so yeah, let's see then, let's get ourselves into the race. Okay, here we go then. As you see, we got some clouds here, so that's gonna be interesting, as you got a lot of mediums. And it is go here, Niagara Falls. We got Hernandi on the inside, is gonna be trying to defend that first position. So you got Flix just trying to go around the outside. Can he take the lead here? He's still there, so he goes side by side to this very tight corner, but they both managed to survive there. So you got still Flix making some pressure with Figo still in third. Then you got Charge GT, then Fed F1, as nothing really changed here at the front. But you got the 4Y battle there, and MW gets him still off, as you see Kubo and F1 Fan just going off the track there. Absolute disaster there. As you got now Flix trying to take the lead of the race with Figueira right behind, as he tried to make it a 1-2 for the one-time team. As you see now Figo around the outside, he managed to do it. Now Figueira takes the lead of the race. As Hernandi now takes second back, and maybe overtaking is not as tricky as I thought he would be, but now Hernandi gets himself back into the lead there. I'm not sure if he really pushed Figo there up the inside, as we got now Ozzy into P4. Now you see Mati and Charge GT battling side by side, which could cost him now the slipstream at the front, as we see also Johnny Fu there, as he goes free wide there, and that is definitely not helping his teammate JT. As we see now the rain coming in, it is full rain, so I think everyone should very likely just pit. But look at Corvid, I wonder what happened to him. He pitted, but he went for the hearts. Probably was forced into the pits, I would guess. And so yeah, he's gonna lose a lot with this, that is for sure. And so yeah, Jesus Christ, Corvid's 8 seconds behind everyone else. How did that happen? In the meantime, we got Yoa taking a huge gamble here, as he got the one times going for the Inters. Interesting. With full rain, I wonder if that can actually work, as we see now Hernandi on the wets. And they're gonna try and take advantage of this, but now they're gonna have to try and get past Yoa, who could be a bit of an obstacle here. Is for sure, unless he goes into the pits now, he's about to reach that pit entry, so maybe not going to exactly be in the way. We've got Figo just trying to be patient now. This is worked pretty well for them, as we got now Flix just almost taking the lead, but he takes second place at least in the end. So massive benefits there, but as we see now Hernandi once again in a 2v1 situation, as we got Ozzy also right behind, trying to get himself into his first podium, which he didn't manage to do in the previous week, with a bit of a heartbreak, to be honest there, as he got pushed by GT. And I'm not sure if GT really got a penalty for that, but he could have got one there, to be honest. But either way, he would not give him the podium. I think he would just give him P4 instead of P5. But as we see here now, Nadi just having a look up the inside, and yeah, this is what the drivers will have to watch out. Also, this corner that they are doing right there, it's kind of just easy to lose someone, as if you just go way too wide into the grass and lose that some of that momentum. And then yeah, then you got those wiggles there, which can be quite easy to mess up sometimes. Whereas we see now Ozzy just trying to go for some overtakes. I would definitely not advise him to do that, as they might just end up losing different runners that way. But as we see, That was definitely server lag, but I don't think it was really all that big. But maybe some people will complain, but yeah, it's very sad. I don't know how the fuck people really expect me to see if something happens in a in the mini map. It's so sudden. I don't know. It's really too much to ask because this happens like in a matter of very few seconds. When I realize it's a server lag, it's already too late. But either way, as we see, then we got this 4-way pack here. Looks like Nunny got himself up to second place. As we see, then Flicks down into third, but at the front is still all the same. Essentially, they are all on this group, but obviously the one times would rather have their two drivers in the top two positions at the moment. But yeah, obviously title-wise, there's really not much for them to play with, as Figo's title secured. They also have the constructor secured, and even Flick says that the second place in the standings also guaranteed pretty much, so they really have nothing to lose here, unless they want to have a perfect season or break some records. Obviously Figo will be beating the amount of wins from a single season record, and if he's going to tie that today if he wins, by the way, so that's definitely something to watch out. But in the meantime, the rain has ended, but there's still some water on the track, and this is going to play a little bit into the one time's hands, as they have the Inter. So yeah, maybe the Inter's not all that different from the wets, and as we see now, Nandi maybe feeling that lack of grip here, because he almost lost that slipstream to the front runners. In the meantime, there's a lot of battling here for P5 pretty much, as we see the SCPs here with Kubo and then Mati. As we see now, Mati just trying to defend against Kubo there, but just couldn't do much as Kubo had the inside. And he takes P5 now. Then we see also Glow up there. As we see, just messing up there. But yeah, now the Jars all enter the pits, and so far the rain isn't really caused all that much damage. And as we see, I wonder what happened there, because now Nadi's lost the slipstream. So yeah, as we see now, Bituko just going off the track. He had absolutely no grip there. As we got Yoa also going out just for one more lap on those Inters. But so far his gambles have really not worked all that well. In the meantime, we've seen Corvid. He was 8 seconds behind when that rain started, and now it's just 3 seconds. So starting to gain some time to Lexus, for instance. As we see Albono not really having an easy race, so yeah, things really not looking all that great for Flow Force today, that is for sure. But as we see here then, we got Charge AT right now in P8. And he goes maybe off the track there. No, not really. But yeah, let's see now. This is gonna be their pace test, and so far it's all looking good for the one times. They gained 2/10 on this final lap. So yeah, I wonder what happened within the front pack, because they just lost the slipstream out of nowhere when coming out of the pits. As we were checking this group, because yeah, there's definitely a lot of battling here. In the meantime, Yo is still in P5, still not beating, and this could potentially work well in his favor. As we see now, he decides to pit. He's gonna get huge undercuts from all the drivers, but he's gonna have better tires, so that's pretty much it. So let's see as he goes for the hard tires now. And yeah, obviously today there are no rules when it comes to the tires due to the rain, so they can just take whatever tires they like. But yeah, as we see then here, Nandi now third with Aussie there, trying to get his redemption and take his first ever podium, which I think would be the second driver to get their first podium in this season, as we saw Menbergot getting it earlier in Mar del Plata, then in also in the very next race as well. As you see here, this far-away pack right now, they all looking very spread actually. And yeah, we see Johnny Fu maybe a little bit twitchy, but not all too much, to be honest. As we got Juroni and Glow pretty battle for a spot in the top 10. But yeah, so far not really much going on. Things have definitely slowed down after at the start. But yeah, this time around though, Kubo is not completely alone, as he was in no man's land in the previous race. Quite far behind the drivers at the front and quite far ahead of everyone else as well, so it was definitely a very boring race for him, but now it all looks pretty great this time around. He does have a bit of a battle from Sergeant T, and I don't know who. Ooh, it's probably Johnny Fuso. And yeah, he definitely lost the slipstream, so that is not great. Johnny Fu might have to be told to DNF here. As, yeah, we've got FedF1 right ahead of him. Definitely doing a good race so far. Could be going for the top 10 here today. Which I'm not sure if he's finished there before. But either way, that would definitely be great for the Leagues Racing. Let's see, things have definitely slowed down. Drivers not really going for overtakes as expected. It's just very difficult. In the meantime, looks like Corvette has overtaken Lexus right now. As we see, Lexus definitely having some difficulties in this race, and yeah, now Glow retires for SGP, and yeah, that's looking to be a bit of a disaster for Stargoat here in their battle for the third in the constructors. And we see Corvette just about to get clapped. But either way, looks like Matimar has got back to this group somehow. But Johnny Fu though is kinda just losing the others. We got now Kubo with his chance to get away from JT, but he makes his mistakes as well. And I think JT is back that way. Anytime we got Mati just trying to go for an overtake on Fed F1, and he managed to do it. Mati's sort of looking promising here today. That is for sure. Well, he wants Fed F1 to just slipstream here, and is he going to comply? I think so. But yes, so it's gonna be a pace battle between Kubo and Mati, so Polish civil war, but as we see, it looks like Fed F1 made a mistake, and now he's out of that slipstream. In the meantime, Matimar is really just gaining a lot of pace. Also, he has the hearts. That's definitely important to notice there, as yeah, now Kubo then goes into the pits. Yeah, towards the end of the slipstream, you'll always have that advantage. But as we see, then Hernandi now in third still. And yeah, pace-wise, it doesn't seem to be all that different from the one times, but they have definitely a little bit far away, and yeah, Nandi now with a bit of a mistake there, it kind of seems like. But yeah, now Kubo going for that undercut can definitely work well for him, as he has a lot of clean air here to work with. Yeah, then you got here Johan, a very different strategy to the others, as we see him now making some moves that way. And this is when I would say the strategy could work well if, for instance, the rain would come in at this right at this moment. Things could really just help him massively. But as we see, we got Fed F1 with Bituko now. Bituko is just trying to recover, but he has not pitted yet, so that's why he's definitely much further ahead. And then we see his teammate Mati now leaving the pits, as we got the clouds appearing here. And this could make some drivers sweaty, as yeah, some of them have pitted now, others still yet to pit, and they might be wondering whether they should pit or not, as we see now Ozzy pitting. And let's see if this is gonna be a gamble or not. As he goes right into the medium, so maybe he's expecting rain in this thing. It's really pretty much impossible to tell if the rain is coming in or not. But we do know that oh, there he goes, there's the rain coming in, and Ozzy gets absolutely cursed, and Johnny Fu gets absolutely blessed there, as he gets himself up to P4. And also F1 fan definitely benefiting from this, as we see also Yo as well, another driver who's definitely benefited from this, as we see now the ones on the fresh tires refusing to pit on this lap, as we see now Hernandi getting past Ozzy there, as he has the Inters, but Figueira, oh Figo, on absolutely dead hard tires, he stayed out Flix managed to go into the pit, so they went for split strategies here, but yeah, Flix with a good chance here of getting a race win is now going to be undercutting his teammates. Nandi very close to Figueira as well. Oh boy, so the rain has absolutely swapped things around here today. And as we see, oh now, massive rain, F1 is going to be out. That's another retirement here. And yeah, so F1 fan now is up there in P7, but yeah, Link's Racing though is going to lose a lot of points with this. But yeah, so we got Corby now up to P14. So at least he got himself ahead of some drivers after being 8.5 seconds behind everyone else. Which is absolutely crazy. And then we see here Ozzy finally pitting, and now he's going to be down in P7, so absolute disaster for him, just bad luck pretty much. And yeah, really very unfortunate there. In the meantime, Johnny Fu could really be not exactly his personal best result, but it would be the best of this season. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure Johnny Fu already has his third podium back in season 19. I think it was Tatra. And now we see Hernandi getting himself close to Figueira, so things have absolutely changed as we see Flix wanting to get his second race win after winning back in season 17. Back when he was teammates with Charge It is, we see now, oh my god, another server lag here I think. But I don't believe that anyone was really affected by this. So all looking good here. But yeah, so just to see how things are looking like, we got Flix with the lead of the race, then just 2 seconds behind we got Figo and Hernandi. Oh my goodness me. Why is it only getting worse? But either way, as I was saying, Flix leads the race and you got Figo and Hernandi right behind, and then we got Johnny Fu there in P4, followed in by Yoa. Then in P5, oh my god, so he really gained a lot with this. I don't know exactly how, he was like down in P8, I don't think he really... I hope that it was not really the... you know, the... what can I say? Server lag, so yeah, Yoa then up to P5, we got F1 Fan then in P6, and yeah, something that's going to be crucial is to watch all the drivers cross the line, just to see where they exactly finish, because I'm pretty sure we might see some positions getting swapped around in the results screen. But either way, we got then Hernandi there with a good chance of beating Figo today, as the rain is absolutely made things in square zero right now, as we got Figo then just trying to get his 8th win of the season, have the chance to beat that record. But right now it's all looking good for Flix, who was definitely determined to get the race win here today. As we see him now going into the pits, which is... would it be a bit too early though? Because yeah, they have the Inters. And let's see, and then you're looking to undercut Figo. I guess you went opposite Figo here. But yeah, Figo's not gonna be all that bad, to be honest. Just a few corners on the Inters, which were not really all that worn out, to be honest. So yeah, but he might still lose some time, but I don't think he's gonna lose all that much. So maybe a good decision here from Figo, and he could have absolutely benefited a lot if the rain would just decide to come back all of a sudden. But as we see then now, Hernandi is not gonna gain anything, just a little bit to be honest, but now Figo is gonna have that tire advantage, so things have definitely changed here. I think Hernandi might be willing to let Figueira pass, but as we see, oh, maybe not, look at that. No, I think he's gonna let him pass now. Maybe he may have pushed him there, to be honest, so yeah, they did have to give the position back. So with that said, Figueira now has that tire advantage, but he did absolutely lost something to Flix here. I guess because of that little incident with Hernandi. Ooh, but he cut quite a lot of that grass there, look at that. But as we see him now, there is close to Corvid. And yeah, then we got F1 Fan and Yoa here. as LSA is trying to at least get second in the constructors. And I think SGP is definitely going to lose a lot of points to SCP and the RMC. As yeah, both main drivers are missing today. And the reserve driver as well, and even some others who were supposed to be the emergency reserves. So yeah, things really not looking good here, but yeah, sometimes it just happens, and as we see now, some drivers just getting their best laps right now here as they started to settle themselves into a nice and comfortable rhythm. In the meantime, we see a very frustrated Aussie now in P7. And yeah, now there's not much that he can do, just trying to keep his head down and just fight for whatever is there still to fight, as now he finds himself on the soft tires, so I guess going for something different than the others. That does imply pitting again until the end of the race, while the others, who I think are on the hards, should stay out until the end of this race, I'm pretty sure. Because yeah, it is a small track, so stinks. The number of laps is going to be higher than usual. But now the main thing here is, can Flix hold on against Figueira here and get his first race win of the season? As we see, oh my god, was it that him going off the track? I'm not sure. Either way, Flix would probably not mind to see the rain coming in, because that will pretty much delete that advantage that Figo has. Although Figo could also have the advantage on wet pace. So yeah, actually hard to tell, but at least battling wise they would be on equal turns, so that's the main thing here, as we see Hernandi just hoping that Figo is gonna actually try and catch Flix so that they can actually have another chance of yet another race win for this season, as he got one in Motegi, a race that I would say he actually did pretty well, and obviously luck was also on this side, but I think he was also deserved race win, as he was absolutely gaining on Figo for the most of the race. Just the ending was kind of disastrous there, but he still managed to hold on against the Japanese-Portuguese driver. But Terani full here, huge benefits from the rain, that is for sure. Yo as well. But yeah, Kubo was one of the drivers who lost, same with Charge GT. You can kind of see it with the drivers who have 5 pit stops for instance, and ones on just 4 pit stops have gained. But yeah, for the front runners, apart from Ozzy, they all stayed kind of neutral. Figueira though did stay out for a lap longer on those tires, and that really did cost him. But now he did stay out once again on the Inters, but I think that was a very good decision there. It is a small lap. There was still some mud on the track, so yeah, Figure really did pretty well to just stay out and now have that tire advantage, so things could really come back to him here. But as we see, we are getting towards the end of the race. Figueira is definitely getting closer. Let's actually compare the lap times here. We see now Fleece crossing the line with the 28.82. Ooh, there is quite a lot there. 2400s that Figueira's gain on his teammates then. But yeah, I think the podium is definitely sealed. Ooh, could Hernandi be losing that slipstream just like Danimata lost the slipstream to me back in Season 9? No, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think we got some drivers beating that Sioa. Beating one more time. He goes down in P9, but he's gonna have quite a few victims here. And he can definitely try and get himself back up to P4. P5. But we will see. His strategy is working better. In the meantime, Figo did he make a mistake there? Felt like Nani was looking to make an overtake. But Figo is close. Ooh, yeah, I think. Let's see now the lap times once again, and yeah, they definitely lost. Figo must have done a mistake. Again, he goes into the grass there. Maybe the pressure is starting to catch up with him. Sometimes it does feel like it's the closer you get to the driver ahead, the worse it gets. And as we see, Figueira makes another mistake, so it's all working so well for Flix. Now Hernani goes up to second place. Here we go then, Hernani up to second. Figo just trying to get himself back up to second place, which I think he could be the first driver to finish every single race in the top 2. That is something that I actually never did before. Well, maybe done it in Season 8, but I did push Nomskar on the final straight in Portimao, so that really got me penalized. But either way, we got Figo back up to second place, but all of this battling is gave Flix 1.5 seconds here, so he could absolutely get that race win today as Nadi goes up the inside. I think he knows that it's too late to battle for that race win, so they may as well just battle for that second place now. And Nandi definitely knows that he has that tire disadvantage, so he can't just let Figo be in front, so that track position is going to be useful. Meantime, we see Johnny Fu just trying to battle for that P6. Yeah, I think he gained some positions here. Yo is down in P7, trying to now get Kubo to the end of the race, as we see F1 Fan now up into P4 there, so maybe making his strategy work pretty well. But as we go back into the front now, looks like, yeah, Nandi and Figo, for some reason, Figo is ghosted. Now he's unghosted. But I think that was in my recording. But as we see then now, Figueroa is about to start the final lap of the race then. As we see, all the titles have been decided. But Flix Tefty would like to have a race win here. It should be his first since season 19. And look at this. Figueroa has messed up with the strategy here. And also with some pace as well. And for the second time this season, he's not gonna get a race win, and instead his teammate here, Flix, crosses the line to win the American Grand Prix. As we see now, Figo and Hanadi fighting for second place, and Figo holds on in the end. And now we got here F1 Fan looking to finish in P4. That's definitely gonna be amazing for LSA. But they secure second in the constructors. Then we see the others finishing their races here. But yeah, Flix gets the win. So I guess that my record is not gonna be taken away, but he can still tie it in the next race if he gets the win here. As we got MW44 just passing Corvid right at the end. Then we got Albono, who didn't even got to finish the race. And yeah, then we got Lexus then in P16, but looking back then at the race results, we got then Flix with his second career win, with Figueroa then finishing second place and then Hanadi in third. So yeah, then you got his teammate F1 Fan in P4, followed by Johnny Fu, and then you see Kubo then in P6, then you got Yola with Pituco, and then Ozzy finishing only P9 in the race where he could have definitely be on the podium, but he was definitely very unfortunate there. As then you got Gironi, excuse me, Gironi then losing the top 10. And then we see here, it is Chargeti then in P11, followed by Matimar. Then you got MW44 with the fastest lap. Takes P13, followed in by Corvid, but they are tied on the timing here, so I guess they might have to split the position. Then we got Albono in P15, followed in by Plexus, which is the last of the finishers. As then we see it is Fed F1 and Glow retiring in this race. So yeah, let's get ourselves see who can we interview today. And so let's then get ourselves here into the interviews.
Alright, no, give us the interviews, big man.
Why are you calling me big? Jesus Christ, bro.
It's a term of endearment.
Okay, thanks.
Big man. You big chunky man.
I did not say those words.
No, I heard you. Congrats on the P6 Kibo, P7, P6?
P6.
Alright, so let's start the interviews then. So we're gonna go then with the driver who got his second race win ever in his career, so huge congratulations there, as that undercut on Figueroa was definitely very decisive. And yeah, so how do you feel?
The undercut wasn't meant to be undercut, he just forgot to pit, so I kinda had the undercut, And after that, I don't know. I mean, it feels nice, you know, second win. But the thing is, Figo's controller is just fucking dying. That's why he made like the controller just didn't turn. So after that, he made a big mistake. Then he lost like 2 seconds, and then after that, I already knew like that I would have won, but I cared more about the what's called the 1-2 than the win. And you know, I'm just happy that I won. So yeah.
Yeah, so nice to hear. As yeah, Figo heard it made some mistakes, and I guess the controller breaking out does make sense. And so we go then to Figo. It's probably must been frustrating then to deal with that controller today, as yeah, some mechanical failures there, but still managed to secure the second place in a season where there's not really all that much to fight for, as both titles are already secured. So how do you feel?
Um, yeah. No, I'm happy. I might not sound happy, but in the end, if it wasn't me, it had to be Flex. I'm very happy, and we got the 1-2 as well. So honestly, I do not feel like frustration at like him or me, like as in like the race. I'm happy for the result. I'm just like a bit. I don't know. I'm disappointed in myself. I feel like I fucked quali once again. I mean, just 3 races running. I'm just like fucking up every lap. I haven't had a clean lap in ages. And yeah, the race. I had the pace in the beginning in the dry, and I you know the initial undercut when it became wet. I mean, Flicks like kind of took it. He's like, okay, you know, it's raining. I'll go in. I decided to stay out one more because what do you call it? Because it might be fake, right? Um, oh, did I? I don't think I crashed him. And then I think my face was just like poor from now. I mean, so many mistakes. It was just abysmal. I don't know. It felt like I had maybe like input delay. I don't know. There's something fucky going on with my joystick as well. Like I don't know. The middle bit, like it doesn't have any like the center of it, so I can't make like the micro adjustments. And it like when I turn it, it suddenly like does nothing, and then it like starts turning. So maybe that's why it feels like the inputs are delayed. But yeah, I mean, even with that, I had the pace advantage in the beginning, so I can only really blame myself. I think I guess I just capitulated, just didn't really put it together. Yeah, but he deserves it, Flex. So well done on him. And the 1-2 great again.
Yeah, I guess things still didn't with all that back considering the circumstances, and so yeah, congrats for yet another one too. As then we go to Nandi, who I actually would like to know how did you guys lost the save stream to the one times, because I missed that part. I just saw you leaving the pits already a bit far behind there.
Yo, I mean, that was insane. Like when Figo came out of the pits, he was like 6 tenths ahead of me, and we were both on the enters, and I knew that I have to get his slip. Like this is the last race that I'm grinding for this much, and I have to get it. And for like 5 laps, we both drove absolutely perfectly. It was .55 every single lap. I just saw the gap. And then finally, he actually made a mistake before me, and I got his slip. It was crazy. After that, we like stick together to the whole race. I really had faith in him, and it did look like he was actually trying to catch Flicks, which seemed very fun because you know these last races, one time really have tried everything to secure 1-2s to get one person to run away with the win, and I really thought that Figo would just like brake check me every second corner, but he tried. Shame that his controller didn't let him today. I think he still was faster than me, though might have made less mistakes if I was in front, but I wouldn't have caught Flicks. He was just faster than both of us there. And the last lap, just unlucky with the fight, but I'm really happy with the P3. And finally, F1 fan also got a really good race result. Double top 5 for the top 4 actually for the team, and the pole position. Just really good weekend. I'm really happy.
Yeah, definitely must have settled that second place into Constantas today, as I think before this round there was some pressure, I believe, but yeah, either way, we then go to the next driver, Kubo. Finished P6 once again, but this time around was definitely not that much boring of a race, but I think you were a little bit unlucky with the rain, but still P6, so what can you say?
I mean, it was satisfactory as the final race for me for a while. I'm happy because the qualifying was absolutely awful. I got .32 on the final lap, which matched my .32 on lap 2, and I swear to God it was a .1, but no, it was a .32. So starting 10th on a track this chaotic, that was bound to be painful. And then the start was you wouldn't have guessed it. It was painful, and so much so much people battling at the wrong times. Not felt like some people weren't putting trust in my pace because of that quality performance, even though they they were worse. But in the end, I beat them all. Managed to the first rain. The first rain was straightforward. The second rain got unlucky, of course, pitted early because I went on the mediums. Joe was also unlucky. He was the most lovely one in that pack of five to drive along with. I remember at some points I was really just talking shit about the entire pack and then just adding in except Joe, he's a great man. He didn't do anything wrong. So yeah, I had a bit of a struggle there. Then of course unlucky with that rain, but after it went on that hard 17, and clearly it was the right call. Managed to, of course, Johnny caught me at the end, but that was to be predicted. He was very close, and I managed to hold his slip to just hold on to that P6 ahead of Yoa, and pretty happy with that. If not for that bad luck with the rain, I probably could have been fighting for uh, even P4 because Aussie got unlucky with the rain. But P6 is fine, all things considered. I'm very happy that Flex has finally won this season. Absolute aura moment. Yeah, I'm proud of him, and it was a fun little retirement race.
All right, so I guess you're not racing next round, then probably university and stuff. But yeah, I guess you have a nice race in the end. As now we go then to P7 Yoa. Well, I think you did some gambles, and in the end it ended up working well, I would say. So yeah, how do you feel?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I won't lie. I'm a little bit disappointed because pace was there today. Pace was there, but lap one, yeah, same old thing to like freaking. I think it was 17th because COVID had been into the pits. Then after that, I mean, Albano was in the VC, so he did kind of like no, he helped encourage me to still continue plowing forwards and stuff like that. I went for one gamble, it failed. Went for another gamble, it succeeded, and suddenly I found myself potentially thinking, you know what, there's still something on the cards. But then I chose medium tires. F1 fan chose hards. My plan was to try and drop him and just see how much I could close in on Johnny because the gap was like almost like 5 seconds to Johnny up ahead, or I think it was just over 4 seconds. And it was like lap after lap after lap of just plowing away 30, like 23.3s, 23.4s, 23.5s, and I just saw the gap coming down. And F1 fan was sticking, like this was after I passed F1 fan because he was ahead at first. And after that, yeah, the final stint, yeah, felt like, it was on a mission today. I think took a bit of time to take Pituko. After that, I went after Kubo and Yoni because I felt I had the pace to at least beat Yoni today. And I think last lap I had caught them. And then I made a silly mistake as well. Well, like behind Kubo. So P5 was almost the target. I'm kind of disappointed though because obviously I practiced a lot this week at the pace, and then qualifying went bad. The start went bad, and yeah, the race. I feel like there was more on the plate, but you know what? Got a top 10, so yeah, we'll make do with what we have.
All right, um, so yeah, I guess you got a bit of a nice race in the end, but I guess may have been a bit of a difficult race at the same time. But either way, we then go. So I think we need to go a little bit further down with Carvey. Then I think we need to address the elephant in the room, in a sense that after lap one you were like 9 seconds down with the pit stop, and I'm wondering if you were like forced into the pits here.
Let's start off with today, right? I had a power nap for about 20 minutes. I wake up at 4 a.m. my time. Uh, I jump to the lobby. I haven't touched the game all week. I ended up placing like 15th or 16th in quali, which is like I didn't get a clean lap in, so whatever. But like I probably would have been mid-table anyway. I see everyone. I have no idea about the tire strats for the record. So I'm like, okay, I'm in the back. I'll probably start on a harder compound. I see everyone starting mediums. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna swap to hards last second. I click the wrong button twice and I end up starting on wets. Yeah, which didn't help. So I pit lap 1 because it's like it's not worth losing like even more time just staying on the wets. If it was inters, then like maybe something was like doable, but yeah, I ended up pretty much like 10 seconds back after 1 lap, and then the rain came like 2 laps after, just to make it even worse for me. But yeah, after that it was just pretty lonely race, all things considered. I mean, I don't think my pace was too bad today. It was just a case of like giving everyone half a lap off the start for basically no reason. But you know, what can you do?
Yeah, I guess but yeah, I would say not bad finish before thing considering that 9 second gap to the others right after the start. So a bit of a nice recovery there. As now
I
with
mean, there was one extra thing. I mean, I probably should have finished a little bit further back, but part of not knowing the tire strategy was pitting on like lap 29 off the wets and looking at there being like 22 laps left and being like, oh, I can probably run 2 mediums to go. And then I see MW run like 11 lap softs or something crazy like that and undercut me, and then I realize my mediums aren't going to make it to the end within like any good stead, and there's no way I'm going to get in front of MW without staying out. So I ran like 21 lap mediums at the end.
oh, I see.
uh,
So crazy stuff going on. I
but
guess must have been
yeah.
a bit of a emotional roller coaster. I guess, which probably a bit of a weird way
I
to
mean, it
start
was
the day.
mostly just a comedy. It was just a comedy of errors more than anything else. So hopefully next week will be a bit better. But yeah, with next week being the last race for FLF, I'm hopefully looking to finish on a high.
'Cause, yeah, you definitely leaving the team, right? I think you kind of said you were looking to leave full force. But yeah, so we then go to the final interview then with Albono as
Good evening.
as yeah, I already lost the results screen here. So yeah, what can you say about your race?
Um, I think I can describe it with the word opposite because I think I done the complete opposite to what was every single correct rain call. Um, if people were staying out, I would put onto wets, and it was dry. If I put onto the time I put onto the wets, it ended up being dry. It was just backwards, but I wasn't expecting much. I had very little practice today because basically I've been logged out of my Steam account. So a minute before, about 3.5 minutes before the CL race, I was making a new Steam account and downloading the game on it because for some reason I just can't. I've actually just gotten an email back from the Steam support, so I think I should get my account back by like next week, hopefully. But that was kind of a bit of a shit show. But then the race was just fun. I was in a VC with you, so I think I was less racer and more therapist, just trying to keep his head. And I mean, he done incredible. And then at the end, just the surprise of seeing a Flix win, which I mean, I would just like to say I called it on a VC with Flix. I said he was going to win. So I don't know, maybe some sort of magic, some sort of old Scottish curse that I put on that. But yeah, it was a fun race. It was a terrible race, but it was a fun race overall. So yeah.
But I guess you can say terrible but fun. And okay, either way, so I guess we end the interviews then, as we then going to go towards the season finale in Spa Francorchamps. We're going to be celebrating the 200 race of Ultimate League, and so we'll see you there till the next time, and goodbye.